This is Johnny Boy Boxing with Fight Hype. We have a special guest with us today, Keith Tsunami Cologne, young Puerto Rican prospect fighting out of Newark, New Jersey, with a record of 2-0 and 2 knockouts. How you feeling, champ?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. Can't complain.
That's good. That's good. Now, I want to get started from the very beginning. How did you get started in boxing and at what age?
I started training around 6 years old, but I really started competing around 12 years old. So I consider 12 really my starting point.
Okay. And then what was it? Because I know Newark is a tough neighborhood. Was it because of the neighborhood you had to want to defend yourself and learn how to fight?
I mean that was part of the reason, but mainly it was just because it was really just because of how I was brought up. So like my dad, he was like real stern on, not taking any shorts, not letting nobody disrespect you. And so it was just like you and you can't have that mentality and not be able to defend yourself. 'Cause somebody going to try to do.
Absolutely. I think we getting a little disturbance in the internet in the flow, the internet flow. But I want to ask you, who was your
Uh,
favorite Puerto Rican fighter growing up?
uh, could you repeat that?
What I asked you is who was your favorite Puerto Rican fighter when you were growing up?
Growing up, my favorite Puerto Rican fighter was Miguel Cotto. I watched him against all his big fights, So like he was my favorite Puerto Rican fighter because as I was watching it, that's why I was seeing him at the Garden, him on Puerto Rican Day Parade. So it was a big thing for me.
Absolutely. And then what about other fighters like Trinidad, Hector Camacho? Did you pay in tune, stay in tune with the older fighters, like from
Oh
the?
yeah, of course, especially as I got older, when I was a kid, when I was like six, before like the age of 12, I knew who they were, but the one that I really watched was Kodo. But then as I got older and I really started studying the game and really started trying to perfect my skills, I started watching them to gain like little certain tricks and they just try to implement their game into my game.
Absolutely. So just taking tools from each fighter and then putting
Exactly.
mixing it in a box.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, you had your pro debut against Hunter Turbeville on June 6, 2024, on the undercard of Shakur Stevenson in Autumn. You scored a
Right.
sensational second round knockout. How did that feel performing in front of a hometown crowd in Newark?
It was major. It was major, especially because like a lot of my people came and supported me. So, I feel as though that like, it's if you ask me, it's easier to fight somewhere where your people is not there or somewhere where, the atmosphere is not the same. It's not how it is at home. But when you fight in front of your people, in front of your family, when you come out, they cheering your name on. I feel as though that kind of puts some pressure on a fighter. And depending on who that fighter is, it can either enhance their performance and allow them to be great, or it's going to knock them off track, and then it's just going, they're going to get caught under the lights.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in your second pro fight, October 12th, you totally outdo yourself and obliterate Robert Munn in spectacular fashion in the first round.
Right.
Do you feel that you're knocking these guys out too early and you're not getting the experience? Do you prefer to get the knockout or do you prefer to get some rounds under the bank, get some experience?
Nah, I feel as though everything is a learning experience. So like you take something from each and every fight and use it to get better. Even though I knocked them out within the first round, it was something that I did. I was like, you know what? I ain't like how I looked there. So now when I came back to the gym, that's all we've been drilling and making sure that next time I do it, I won't look the same or it'll be better. So like I'm still learning even though I'm getting the job done early. But I feel as though that only comes with a strong team and people don't understand that, even though I knock somebody out, it's like that's something that I could build off of. It's like, all right, cool. I know that works. So when I go in there next time, I'm gonna just keep on being me, keep doing the same thing and build off of it.
Exactly, exactly. Now, it's rumored that you're going to be fighting on the undercard of Liam Powell versus Richard Hitchinson in Puerto Rico. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about what it means to be fighting in Puerto Rico in front of the Puerto Rican fans and getting that love from them.
It's a blessing, to be able to, if I'm able to, go to Puerto Rico and, fight back, in front of all my family out there, in front of all my supporters. It's like last time I was out there was in the amateurs, and I was out there representing Puerto Rico. So, just be able to do it on a professional level, and just give them a show, and just to carry the Puerto Rican pride, and be an example for everybody else coming up. That'd be major. It's a blessing.
Absolutely. And then, what do you think about how do you think that Hitchens is going to win this fight? Because I know you worked with him in the past. So how do you think he'll win this?
Right. I feel as though Richardson Hitchens, he's an exceptional boxer. He got a great he got a great jab. He had great ring IQ. He know how to control the ring. I feel as though his last performance, it was people thought it was like a little shaky, not agreed. It didn't look like the normal Richardson Hitchens, but I feel like that fueled him to be 100 times better this go around. And I feel like people going to see why he's actually, like, he's good. He's one of the ones that's going to last in the sport. And you know he got a long road ahead of him. And this is the start.
Exactly. So what do you think, being that you sparred with Hitchinson, like what do you think he has to worry about with Paro?
I feel as though it's with any fighter, just you just never know. Uh you never know what it is until you step in a ring with somebody. Like people say, oh yeah, it might be awkward, but you don't know how awkward it is until you get in there. So I just feel as though he just gotta watch out for, like, just the big shots, early on. Don't get comfortable, you know, everything that he already know. Don't be comfortable. Come out there alert. Um, don't fall asleep, even if you find yourself winning the rounds or winning a fight by a blowout, because these type fighters, they gonna be in a fight all night. They not gonna give up. They not gonna quit. You know, they in there really just to make your life 100 times harder. So.
Absolutely. Now I know you have a relationship with Amanda Serrano, and I heard that you sparred with her as well. Now, you being a man and fighting a woman, did you hold back in your punches? Did you give it your all against Amanda Serrano?
Nah, Amanda Serrano, she's a great boxer. I sparred with her when I was amateur. So I was probably about 17, 18. And at first it's like, yeah, she's a woman. You hold back. But then it's like, yo, this girl, she throwing heat at me. Like, she throwing bombs. And not
Yeah,
only that, she don't care about, like, she don't care about the, like, her, whoever's across from her. She don't care. She don't mind, you know, getting in the mix with them. So it's like she throwing bombs and she don't mind getting in the mix. So it's like they kind of put her back against the wall. You kind of like, you can't really hold back. Unless you just able to just work your way around it. But she always gave me great work and helped me out, and vice versa. She's she's going down in history as one of the greatest, to ever lace up a pair of gloves. This is just kudos to her.
absolutely. Now she has incredible knockout power. How do you rate her power? Did she hurt you in sparring at any point?
No, I wasn't hurt, but it's like I feel as though once you get to a certain level, you don't get hurt. Like you kind of, the only time you really get hurt is when you don't see a shot coming. When it's like top level sparring, it's like you might get hit with a good shot. And it's like, oh, all right, good shot, but never like hurt. But she has more power than a lot of dudes that I spar. So her power as a woman is like greater than some of the dudes that I spar power. It's like, even though I don't want to get hit by it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not trying to get hit by her at all.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, she has a big fight coming up, the rematch with Katie Taylor, and November 15th on the undercard of Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. How did she win that rematch in your opinion?
I feel as though she won a rematch by being patient. She won it by being patient, not necessarily by being not by being a boxer, but just by being a little bit more patient. I feel as though first fight, that's the thing. Once Amanda hits you, these girls are when they fight, they gonna get on their bike, they gonna run. They don't want to get hit by her, you know. So she knew that going in the fight, and so when she hit her, that's exactly what she did. But it's like when you had that, it's okay to just keep it in the back pocket and just be patient because that's when you just allow things to play out in your factor. But you know, just keep on the same way how she did the first time, and just understand that you know you got it. Like you know what your cards are. You ain't got to show her what your cards. So I feel as though it's gonna be a great fight. And a lot of people don't know Amanda can actually box. She could actually box. So even if she did wanted to box for a little bit, she can. But yeah, I feel as though she's gonna come away with the victory for sure.
Definitely. Do you feel she won the first fight? It was close. It was controversial.
Yeah, I did feel as though she won the first fight. It was definitely a close fight. You know, the thing is, you got something called swing rounds in boxing, where depending on where you at, you might see it differently. So from where I was at, I was watching it on TV. I thought that she did enough to win, but you know, in these like you got different perspectives when you on different sides of the ring. So maybe a judge thought Katie Taylor was able to, you know, outbox her or get away with certain rounds. But ultimately I thought she won. I thought she did enough to win. She brought the fight through a lot of punches. And that's my opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now switching gears just a little bit. I know you sparred with Bruce Carrington, Shushu. How
Yeah.
what was that like that sparring? Did you learn a lot from that?
I learned a lot from that sparring. I sparred him also when I was amateur, when I was preparing for like one of like the international tournaments, I sparred him, and you know, Shushu, people now talk about his knockout power, but I remember his speed. I'm like, yo, he fast, you know. So it's like when you sparring fast guys, you gotta understand, like you gotta really understand like what's a bluff and what they actually want, you know. So sometimes they do a lot of stuff, but just to really get one shot off. So like when I was sparring him, that's what I was taking notes on. I'm like, all right, cool. Sometimes he's just trying to set me up for certain things. And if I don't bite on it, then you know, I'll be all right. But as time went on, it's like, you know, I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna start doing it to you. And I'm like, oh, all right, now you see like yeah, and then I stole one of your tricks and put it on you. So sparring him was a learning experience. I got a lot from him. It was good work too. So
So being with the fighters, you're picking up these little things and then added it to your arsenal, right?
exactly.
Exactly. So the now Shushu's last performance, he had a tough outing, right? So
Right.
going into this next fight with Dana Coolwell on the undercard of Tyson Paul, what kind of statement does he have to make in this performance, you think?
I feel as though he just get the victory. You know, at the end of the day, that to me that's all that matters is just keep winning. You know, you're gonna have your highs, you're gonna have your lows, but at the end of the day, stay true to yourself, keep winning. Don't feel like you gotta get the knockout each and every time. You know, sometimes you can have a great performance just by having fun and just outboxing somebody, you know, doing something that nobody's seen before. You know, that's how I look at it. It's not always about knockouts. Uh, Go out there, show your skills.
Exactly. Now, switching gears one more time, Shakur Stevenson is from your city. You sparred with him. Do you have a relationship with Shakur?
Yeah, me and Shakur, we got a great relationship. Anytime he came to the city, he always showed me love. You know, he always showed me love. I was even in a training camp with him one time. You know, that was a major blessing. He didn't have to do that. You know, so I really appreciate that. Not too many people is able to get that type of opportunity and just being able to mirror him and see how he lived, you know, for like 5 weeks, 6 weeks up into a fight, and even after for a little bit. That was just a major blessing, and that right there just propelled me mentally, and it helped me a lot.
How was the sparring with Shakur Stevenson? Can you break that down for us with his defense and everything?
Yeah,
What
I sparred Shakur a minute ago. You know, it wasn't recent.
Mm.
But I know now, like his style changed. Not his style changed, but with all of like the backlash about him being a runner or this or that, so he was like, all right, I'm gonna stay there a little bit more. But around the time when I sparred him, you know, one thing about Shakur, he got great reflexes, he got great feet, and the thing that I remember most is just like that I took from him as well is like based off your body positioning, he already know what you could throw. So it's like people's like, oh my God, his defense is so crazy, but it's like it's based off your body positioning. You can only throw this punch to this punch. So he's already like 2, 3 steps ahead of you because he understands that part. So by me like analyzing it and seeing it for myself, it was like got it. Now I understand why he's so hard to hit because he understand a part of like, all right, you hit, you can only throw but so many punches. So when I was sparring him, the main thing I was trying to do is like, all right, I'll be in this position, but I'll throw the punch that you think I can't throw. So it's just being awkward and just seeing what works.
Yeah, just trying to set traps for Shakur.
Exactly.
Be
Yeah.
different, not giving him the same look every single time when you're coming in,
Yeah.
switching the angles and everything, right? So
Right.
what do you feel Shakur has to do to go to the next level? Do you think it's the Tank fight he has to get that on, or how does he change his game up to do that? Does he have to be more aggressive because he got a lot of slack from the fans because in the last performance?
I don't feel as though he has to be more aggressive. And I really don't even think he even need the tank fight to solidify how great he really is. I feel as though, you know, a lot of great fighters didn't fight people, when they wanted to, or whatever the case might have been. Like Floyd fought Pacquiao towards the end of his career, but they both was great fighters. Understand? So I feel as though he should stick to the script. Possibly fight more fights that people want to see. Like, maybe even go up to 140 and probably fight a name up there, just like how Tank did with Barrios. You ain't got to fight a killer, but just show all right, cool. I'll go up there and still fight, still get the job done against a killer or against somebody that's a big puncher. So I feel as though, he probably need to do more of that. I feel as though, but that's what he's trying to do. That's why he went over the match room, and now he's possibly getting a fight with Zepeda, and then possibly moving up to 140 and doing something. So I feel as though he on the right track. But his fighting style, just keep doing what you're doing and just I'll just say just let your hands go a little more. That's really it. You can't never go wrong with just letting your hands go a little bit more and just you ain't got to get a knockout, you ain't got to get a stoppage, but sometimes people just want to see like a six clip combination. Don't,
Yeah, absolutely.
like you ain't got to knock them up, but just put on the show.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Keith, man, we appreciate you taking time at Fight Hype, giving and showing us love. We want to show you love, and we wish you all the
Thank you.
best in the future, success. We know you're going to be a great champion someday, and we'll look forward. We'll see you. I'll see you in Puerto Rico. I'll be there, and I'll see you. I don't know if you'll be in Texas for the Tyson Jake Paul. Will you be there as well?
Uh, maybe.
Maybe,
I
right? You're
probably do.
bouncing all over.
Yeah,
We spoke before at the Prudential Center. You said you were fighting on the boots undercard, but they got you moving around everywhere.
yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of things. Like it's early in my career, so a lot of things like fall through, and it come up last minute. So that's where we on right now. Like it might change tomorrow again. Who knows? But I'm just ready for whatever.
That's it, man. Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. Tell the fans where they can find you at on social media.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at official Keith Cologne, and you can find me on YouTube at Keith Tsunami Cologne or Keith Cologne.
All right, champ. We'll be in touch. Johnny Boy Boxing,
Thank you.
Fight Hype. Peace.